Yo, 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 yo. La 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 la. I can't tell if I'm being heard or not.
Every fucking Chinese restaurant in the country goes out of business. Are you Pubbin Around again? I am in a good man.
You can hear me at least. Welcome back to Low Energy Videos, where I do the horrible, horrible thing of talking to you in a pub, at least until the battery runs out. Oh, it has been some time since I've been back here, even before the outbreak of sneezing. I'm not sure how good or bad the internet is here, so you're going to get some choppiness at best, I imagine. I'll do what I can to negate it, but, well, we will see, won't we? Power off. All right. Turn Discord off. I shall share on Discord. Fuck it. Copy. So, I've had a interesting enough. It's been pub filled. Been some crazy ass laws put in place. I'll tell you that much. For starters, the rules of getting into the pub is kind of complicated. You have to sign over details. You have to. What's the other things? You can't sit up at the bar, hence why I'm here at the table, which I'd have had to do anyway, if I want to film. If I want to film here. There's also paste. But you. There we are. There we are. We've also have to deal with a few other things. You have to order something to eat before you can actually have a drink. Oh, I'm absolutely stuffed. Absolutely stuffed. But beyond all that, I've enjoyed it. I've been catching up with some people. The Lodge, which I filmed once or twice in before, talked about. It's a pretty nice place. It has some problems though, like had these huge shields everywhere. They got some shields up at this bar here too, but the major problem with that is I don't really have the luxury of like money or stomach to go to every single place. So I'm not going to the steakhouse because I'd have to get myself some more chips or something like that. I'd have to go up to the barge and do the same. And Donlands. That's a lot of money. Just a lot of money. Good old chunk of money. Chunk of money. Ugh. But it doesn't matter. I got me some booze. I got me my booze. And I missed my booze so much. My poured booze. Standard fare as always. If no one shows up within an hour, I'll end the stream. If someone does, I'll play it by ear. Probably Bill. It's gonna be anyone. But And Shazam. There we are. All right, so I shared it to someone. Did someone say Fortnite? No one said Fortnite. No one ever says Fortnite because that game's finished. You need to try this other Chinese data mining thing. Hiya, Darker Elite. Can you hear me? Just out of curiosity. Because I could hear me on my phone, but the icon down the bottom says that there's no sound. Fortnite. Did I? I haven't been drinking that much in a few seconds. At least I know you can hear me. You'd be really good at reading lips otherwise. Especially with my mumbly ass. Yeah, I did just say Fortnite again, but only in the I see. So I can say Fortnite again and again and again, and it'll be great. Perhaps I mean literally the idea of 2 weeks from now. Have you ever thought about that? You know, I experimented with Fortnite, and I'm more than happy just to say the following. It is not for me. And what's more, it's ready to be overthrown. I don't know by who, I don't know by what, but something is ready to overthrow it because it's been on the pedestal for too long. And in this day and age, you can't be World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft was the last World of Warcraft. You're going to be overthrown by something. Sweet alcohol. Anyway, Darker, how are you doing? We haven't chatted in a while. How are you keeping? How is the news in your neck of the woods? The James Woods, with all those horrible tweets that he puts out. Really? Now, when you say sexy girl, Google is no longer Google Plus. Why the hell did Google Plus come up with my phone? No, it's old, but obviously there's no more Google Plus. It's gone. Boop, 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 boop. Internet. Oh, so crazy. La, 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 la. But yeah. Tell me about this Chinese girl while I look for her on Smash Bro. Is she going to be like a chibi sort of sexy, or is she going to be actually sexy? Oh, thank Christ. They're smart enough there, at least. I mean, they have Samus Aran, so... They do have Samus, don't they? Good old Metroid. Chinese girl Smash Bro. You know, this is what I was expecting to do when I decided I didn't want to finish college. I'd be a 30-something man typing Chinese girl Smash Bro. Oh, no, this is from 2019. My Shinzaru is declared not age appropriate for Super Smash Brothers. I wouldn't fucking think so, considering all the material about her. Min. Okay, Min Smash Brothers. That'll narrow it down. I should move the camera a little bit away from this glaring sunlight. There we go. Do I not just look relaxed and so refined? No, I don't. Oh, get back up. God, I can't wait to get rid of my phone. Faster! I don't care. Boop. Mm. Min, Smash Bros. Let's have a look. Min, Smash Bros. Images. She's not that attractive. She's got those weird arm gangly things. The arm cannons with giant dragons on them. She's also blonde. What the fuck? Why is a Chinese girl blonde? That's cultural appropriation. As someone with 1/14 Nordic blood in me, I am very, very angry. This is my angry face. I'm enraged for my culture and people. The white race is being destroyed. And it's so sexy. Oh, she looks alright. That's why Min isn't, not Min, the other one isn't allowed. I mean, she's in a bit of cloth. I don't know what she's from, though. She doesn't look familiar. Oh, wait, Smash Arms? Ultimate. Arms. Oh, jeez, I haven't thought of that one in ages. Mostly because I never played it, but I knew of it. Yeah, I know the title. I never played it. I saw some screenshots of it, and that was about it. Was it maybe the same guy who made Wild 9, or was that the same guy who made Earthworm Jim? Like, that's how old I am. And I'm cool with it. You know, this stream probably will be taken down just because it's there's so much copyrighted music in the background. So I will do anything in my power to breathe heavily over it. This is content. Only real enjoyable thing about the game is where the character design and the music. Yeah, they looked alright. A little bit too kiddish for me, but maybe when I was younger I might have liked it. I saw someone post Fallout Boy as a Smash Brother character, and one of his specials is that he glitches around the map, and yeah, that would work on many a level. Because if I'm right, don't they have Skyrim on the Switch, not on the Switch. They have plenty on the Twitch, but they don't have it on the Switch, if I remember right. Or do they? I remember limited. I need a refill. What boy is a male costume? Me costume now. Oh, lame, dude. At this point, Smash Bros is just going to be or just Nintendo's going to devour everything. Nintendo is going to be what Disney is to the rest of media. So eventually, we will have just everything all jammed together in one bloated mess. And it'll be both horrible and glorious at the same time. It'll be like we'll create some sort of elder god to watch over us in terms of video games. At least I think Nintendo will win out, because the Switch kind of shows that they still have lots of creativity left, while the PlayStation and Xbox are kind of stuck in their ways. It's kind of a tonal shift from like 10 years ago. It's weird. What we need is a new console on the market. Or PC gamers should just flex our muscles and just destroy you all with a single pose, like it's an episode of JoJo or something. It's on the Switch. Was launch title, to remember correctly. I kind of remember that myself, yeah. So I don't think they'd ever put Fallout like New Vegas or Fallout 3 or 4 because there's a lot of heavy topics, and Nintendo still kind of wants to keep it sort of family friendly. Like I can imagine New Vegas talking about like human trafficking and rape, or Fallout 4 with Kate, who's like a junkie. Yeah, maybe they'll change the names. Like alcohol is now power juice. Speaking of power juice, I should go and get some power juice. Pub's starting to get a bit packed. I might have to end the stream at in 45 minutes, regardless of how many people are in the chat. So any likes given would be appreciated, but I'll be back in a second. I have to restock my mug.
No, we will contribute, don't worry. I know you're not, it's on the do it, I'll do it online. No, yeah, that's fine. So it's fine. I think it takes every, and it's 3 seconds.
I return. Proud and other things. Oh. Yeah, so there we are. So I looked it up, and the Vault Boy was released and turned out to be a Vault game on a Nintendo console and was a mobile game. Ugh. Now Vault Shelter was pretty good. I kind of liked Vault Shelter. Kind of makes sense that the only thing that they'd make would be the most inoffensive of them. By the way, did you see the writer for New Vegas? He's being Me Too'd right now. And I think some of it is actually true. So, I guess I can't enjoy New Vegas now, all of a sudden. Bullshit. I call Baby Back bullshit on that. I, of course, can. But it doesn't change the fact that it's like Jeremy Soule. You know, listen to his Oblivion stuff. That is amazing. He's still a piece of shit. Still a piece of shit. It's just sort of art v artist thing that you kind of have to ask yourself. Everyone will have a different thing. Some people won't be able to enjoy a thing in the same way. I remember Lindsay Ellis did a 2-parter where she went down to New Zealand and talked about the Lord of the Rings films and how it destroyed so many people's lives. And afterwards she's like, oh, well, my favorite films I can't watch anymore. And I'm thinking, I can kind of get it. I'm not agreeing with her, but I do kind of get it. I knew someone would ask. This is wallpaper. There's a lot of places in Dublin that have this. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wasn't surprised when I came here and it's wallpaper. I've been to pubs that have this many books and more. New Vegas is the only good Fallout game. Not only good one, but in my opinion, best. I've had this discussion before with you, but yeah, yeah, the Fallout New Vegas is a fucking. It's a glorious masterpiece of writing. So much nuance. It kind of, you know what? The more I play Vampire the Masquerade, the more it reminds me of that. Like, there's so much subtlety going on, and so many ifs and buts. Like, only last year I realized, thanks to Oxhorn, that there's like at least 5 ways to complete a particular quest, and I only ever done 2 of them. I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. Um, but yeah, it doesn't change the fact that the industry has known about the guy who co-wrote um, New Vegas having some really bad habits when involving like sexual harassment and things like that. And yeah, that's gonna suck. Doesn't change the fact I still love New Vegas and I'll play New Vegas anytime it bloody works for me. We've all been there during Crashgate. And yes, I'm calling Crashgate. I'm gonna call it Crashgate. What was it? 9 times it crashed on me on that live stream. That was a fucking nightmare. What's the worst Fallout? Ooh. Um. Everyone always says tactics, but I played tactics, and I suppose it would count as the worst, but it's not as horrible as people remember it. The storyline doesn't add up to the overall lore, but beyond it, there is some major problems. It's like um, they tried to do some sort of XCOM sort of thing, and it failed. Like Chaos Gate is better at that sort of thing. If you're gonna try to do it XCOM without being XCOM, I suppose I'd still say Fallout Tactics, but it's not a monstrously bad game. It's just a ugh. And then afterwards, I would say it depends on when you grew up and what you played. If you played Fallout 3 first, then the first 2 games are monstrously hard and not very rewarding unless you're huge into the storyline. 76. Oh my god. Dude, you don't add 76 to any list of Fallout games. That's why I had so hard thinking. I knew 76 existed, but we don't include 76. And I don't care if the next one is fantastic and it makes tons of allusions to 76. I'll be like, I wonder if they'll ever make this game about Appalachia. That'll be really cool. 76 exists. 71? No, I don't know what that is. Why the hell would I know what that is? What about that beat 'em up on the PS2? Was there a beat 'em up Fallout game? What, like you're playing like super mutants and paladins and enclave soldiers? Is it like Mortal Kombat where you can play Joe characters like Mo the Centaur? um, there was a lot of failed and like obscure little projects that never got off the ground. There was going to be one called Fallout Renegade that I thought was really cool, and it was going to be set in Texas, and it was like an offshoot of the Fallout. It was offshoot of the West Coast Brotherhood that kind of went to Texas and just became like warlords. But you'd play as the warlord, and you'd decide whether or not to stay as being a brutal motherfucker or help the resistance against you. It's kind of an interesting idea. Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, huh? Give me a second. Getting tons of messages from my friend Ashley, who gave me a hell of a story a few days ago. Don't know if I told you all this. Ashley, who's appeared in this stream a few times, her next door neighbor had the police call. He had a police call on himself. He had a mental breakdown. He was threatening to shoot himself. So they took his gun away and left. And about half an hour later, they came back and dragged him off. He was ranting and howling and raving. I've met the man twice. I've been there enough times. And it was a scary, like, he had a scary look to him. Apparently he had PTSD. Army. No shock. There's the healthcare system in America working overtime. But yeah, she was freaking out. She was actually live. She does an online Japanese language class, and she was in the middle of that talking to people when she started hearing screaming. She's all right. She doesn't know if he's back yet or what, but apparently he didn't feel safe around himself, and that must be so terrifying. Anyway, Fallout, Brotherhood of Steel. I'll tell you a game that isn't technically a canon one. If you've ever played Hearts of Iron 4, there is a mod called Old World Blues, and oh my god, it is brilliant. Yes, there it is, Brotherhood of Steel. That's the one. That's the one I was thinking of, yeah. You got on Texas and all that shit. It came out of the same era as Van Buren, which they reused a lot of Van Buren for New Vegas, which, fuck yeah, that's why the Mormons exist in that universe. I just looked it up. Apparently, it was Bethesda's first game, so it explains a lot, yeah. Well, no, it's not their first game. I mean, DFAT Fried did a whole video on Bethesda. Their first game was like some crappy racing game. They also did a Terminator port. And then they did Arena, which fucking sucked. Well, I mean, it was impressive, big enough, but it wasn't anything special. I mean, if you wanted to play a game back then, you'd have played Ultima, probably Ultima 3. Now thinking of it, a series I've never played, but thanks to Spoonie, I know it's on my to-do list. One day you will see the Ultima series on this channel, and it will be glorious. And yes, that does include the Ultima 9 game, What's a Paladin? I'll tell you what a Paladin is. The Paladin is a meme. That and Betrayal. Betrayal! Oh my god, if you look back over that video, Spoonie and Angry Joe are in that footage, both of which are under fire right now by the SJWs. Well, Spoonie's been under fire for years. But yeah, the real moneymaker for Bethesda was their first one. The Daggerfall, and I mean, like, Daggerfall is a majestically large, massive game. I know massive and large are the same thing, but still, I wanna emphasize. I mean, I ran from coast to coast on a stream once just for the sake of it. Still worked out my camera at the point. I don't want to do that again with like the 3D graphic mod I have installed. Wait, did Daggerfall come out first, or did Fallout 1 come out first? I think Daggerfall came out first. Just for the graphic integrity, like the quality of it. Daggerfall. I have half calf spasm while sleeping early this morning. Dude, I did the same thing last night. But instead of my calf, which has happened before, oh my god, it wakes you up out of sleep, and you slowly like half wake up, and you're like, ow, 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 ow. For me, it was my big toe. I think what had happened was it got stuck in the sheets, and I kind of tossed a little bit in my bed, and it kind of pulled my big toe this way, and I constantly tried to fight back against it, and the pressure just built up, and I woke up. And I quickly kind of did the rub down that you do to try to like get your foot back to normal. Oh. Any thought on the Dr. Disrespect controversy? You know what? I said something earlier about the whole thing 2 or 3 days ago. And all I can say on that is anything I can make up is probably going to be too interesting compared to what's actually going to happen. I think Charlie Critical said it best. It's going to be some sort of contract deal that went wrong. Maybe like he lost his sponsors, but half of his sponsors have taken him back. So we can't put it down to something along the lines of, say, him murdering someone. Like people involved with the people said, oh, he's involved with the FBI and shit like that. Like, fuck that noise. He's a streamer. He probably broke some terms of agreement that fucked with his income. So of course he was scared, but He's bounced back. If anything, the rumor mill is going to make his first video when he comes back all the more crazy. Now the Shane Dawson stuff, that's when I can really talk about. Like, I don't give a shit about Shane Dawson. If I didn't like hang out with Ryby from time to time, I wouldn't watch any of his stuff. Also, Daggerfall was 1996, and Fallout 1 was 1997. I knew it. Daggerfall came out first. Which is sponsors and insiders are all handling this exact same way they were handling rape cases. Probably move on to D Live. I don't fucking think so, there, Bill. There's no money in D Live. I like Jay, but like, do you even know who the biggest person on D Live is? Like, if they're huge, they probably have it as a side channel from like Twitch or YouTube or TikTok or something like that. Bro, I'm honest about you, exact same way. All right, now that one sounds like you have a bigger thing to say than I do. So I'm not saying that's definitely what's happening. I'm not saying we should primarily go after the guy. I'm saying is it definitely is suspicious. I saw the same stream you did. The whole thing just reeks of whoa. Like, I watched that and I was like, I was expecting any minute just him to leave the camera on, and you're just going to hear shouting from the other end of the room, like, please open up, like slamming on the door, and he's like, I'm on the ground, like he's freaking out. I was honestly expecting something like that, or maybe even like gunshots. You just hear like something crazy happening. So yeah, I can get the suspicion. But I'm still wondering what. Hello, sirs. How are you? Happy New Year. Still wondering just what it will result in. But the thing is also, later on today, the truth could come out. It's going to come out in the next few days. So I don't want to say anything too concrete, or to say, I'm actually ready to be disappointed, but I kind of hope I'm not. So long as no one's really hurt out of it, it doesn't turn out that he's running some sort of sex ring or something like that, that he's been funneling information to the Chinese. So long as no one's been killed over this shit, I kind of want to see, like, I would be totally happy to see, like, oh, he was a part of a massive gambling operation, which I suppose a lot of people would be hurt. Something like, I don't know, maybe he's one of the people that Jeffree Star was referencing. It's getting a bit packed in here, to say is all no. I'll do what I can to keep the voice otherwise. But no, I'm really curious to see how that's going to pan out. But I have no information, the same as anyone else. I've seen the links, I've seen the leaks, I've seen people I've seen one person who go like, there's stuff that can really burst open this case, but I can't talk about it right now. Then don't bring it up, you damn shit. All we really know is the moment he's been permanently banned and hasn't been arrested. Yep. Because if he was arrested, there would be a public record of it. And trust me when I say it, everyone knows where he lives, because once you're that big of a YouTuber, once you're that big of a Twitch person, or just a streamer, an influencer, whatever, people find out where you live, whether you like it or not. I mean, hell, that's why I leaned into it. I doubt I'm ever going to be that big, but I might as well be like, yeah, I fucking own it. So what? This is where I live. I don't fucking care. But if he ever gets in the next say 72 hours, he gets arrested, or they find his body, or he just vanishes. His wife puts in like a missing person report. Because of course I remember him like last year, the whole drama with him admitting that he cheated on his wife, some people are saying that you can see that and she's off screen, ready to have a talk with him. So I'm guessing that she saw like the same thing he did. But without any information, people are just having a field day. That's fine by me, but my internet is getting all funky, so I'm going to go. That's fair enough, man. I appreciate it being here. Can't imagine I'm going to be here for much longer. I'll probably do the hour and then call it night. But yeah, no, it's good talk. Don't be a stranger. I might give you something tomorrow. I'll definitely give you something on Friday. So, see ya. So, yeah, the drama's been fascinating. Speaking of the drama, DP's drama has been pretty crazy right now. The whole being cancelled by YouTube. Well, not cancelled, but shadow banned. It kind of reminds me of being in a pub and the barman being polite but waiting for you to ask for another drink, or giving you another drink, tapping it on the table and going, "That's the last one, right?" And then walking off. That sort of thing. That's how I see Ben. Like, they want to get rid of people like Ben. They want to get rid of people like anyone really, so long as because Ben might dismiss it, but it is really hardcore not his age, and it's not DFF's age or Jay's age, more or less my age either. The age to be on YouTube is a makeup tutorial, or um, a reaction video, or whatever is trending on TikTok, or just music videos and big movie releases and things like that. Old school YouTube has been dead for years, but nowadays it's been completely whitewashed. We've been put into. It reminds me of another pub reference. It reminds me of the episode in The Simpsons where they went to Mo's new pub, Mo's new bar, M, and they get a special VIP area just for them where they turn the lights off and put a bunch of velvet rope around them so they can't leave or enter. No one can enter because they're like so ashamed of them, but they don't want to admit that you have to get out. It's yeah. That's how I feel. Like, that's how I feel the community is going that way. And not just like the smaller ones, but the mid tiers and large tiers. It's only a matter of time. Kind of sucks, but what can you do? That's YouTube for you. Right, so I'll do this for about another 20 minutes or until the power runs out. It's getting pretty packed anyway. I know the people probably want these seats. Like, I'm taking up a lot of space. I should have about another 20 minutes. One good thing is, once the pubs were reopened, people have been flocking back in here. Now, that might be bad in terms of maybe COVID. There's hand sanitizer stations everywhere, and everyone has masks. I've got one in my pocket right here. I'll be wearing it on the way back home. But it's crazy. Just it's crazy. Just the how long this village has been in lockdown, and this village depends on tourists, and we're in the middle of the tourist season. So I'm really glad a lot of them have opened, but not all of them are going to reopen the same way, and not all of them are going to survive. That's the honest truth of it. There are places that are going to do okay, but other places, imagine pubs or otherwise, the barbers I get my hair cut in, he's not back open. That's weird. Anyway, don't expect many of these Pubbin Around streams because I need to save up for the computer. When they're done, I'm probably going to go on a bit of a bender. I'm not going to lie, but that gives me more time to get drunk at home while playing many a fine game. Damn, I promised you 5 pints, but I've only drank 2. 3, technically, because I'm about to knock this one back. I tried to get some cans earlier, but I just couldn't. They didn't have any in stock. They will next week, so maybe I'll pop in for those. Although there's no point because I'm going up to the supermarket, so I'll just pick up some there. It sucks being a part of a country town that has like next to nothing in it. I have to go like ages out. It almost makes me want to drive, but then I remember I'm colorblind and I'm me. So I could imagine getting distracted by something very shiny and then crashing into a wall. I recently watched Rev, as in Shani and Rev, the stream where at the end of it, completely off his head on pills, he stops the car and gets out and just vomits everywhere. And I'm imagining I'd be like that, only I wouldn't need pills. I'd just be like, ooh, what if I talk to myself for 5 hours about the meaning of the Franco-Prussian War? And then next minute I know I'm in a wall somewhere. All right, I'm gonna go up and get one more, and then we shall get into our final part of the evening. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. We have 15 minutes to go.
We have 10 years. Yeah, I know. I know what you say. It's usually time for an upgrade. I think most of the time looking at yeah, I know. I know that. I said, but I spent a lot of time looking at it. Your Bible has just.
No, correct. Answer your question. What I did is I did it when I was working on last night. Even if they can correct that's right.
Yeah.
um, yeah, I was just talking to Dave up there. Not Dave, Steve. He got a new drone. He's been playing around with it. Showed me some footage of the village from a good mile up. I was always pondering of getting a drone, but money. They're not cheap, even the cheap ones. Running out of battery life. I could plug it in, but we've only got like 14 minutes to make the full hour, so we'll play it by ear. So when it says my battery's about to die, I'll end the stream then. That probably won't be in 14 minutes or 13 and whatever seconds. Anyway, I will be back, if not tomorrow, then Friday, to play the last of or probably the last of Retribution with Krendar. I keep saying it's going to be the last, and then we keep on stretching it out. My God, the technical problems that we've been having. Then over the weekend, I'll give you a treadmill stream. I'm going to make it into a gimmick of some kind. Not sure how. I'm not sure. I am not sure how, but I will do it. And then we'll get into, after Krendar, the next game I will play will be Red Dead 2. We'll just get right back into it. Stream it for as long as we need to. I know. Next week is another week and all, but no. But we'll see. Christ, I missed pulled pints. I missed pulled pints so much. I have become... My cans just don't do it for you anymore, man. Unless they're really, really, really fancy cans, and even then you have to throw them in the fridge for a few hours and pour them just right. But then it's not the same thing, man. It's not the same thing as the gas that they use and just the joy of picking one up, the weight of it. When I went to America, I loved the handles that all your beer glasses had, but my God, they were kind of joke sizes to me. They weren't joke strength. You had some potent stuff on tap. Places I went to. Remember in Columbus, the bar I had there, it was like I only had enough time to play a few games and one drink. So I decided to have a what was it? I think it was an 8 or 9% proof. But I was waiting for my bus transfer. That was an 18-bit gaming. So 16-bit. So I went over to some of the games, got my ass kicked in every single one of them, except for Asteroids, because it's Asteroids. And then I went out. By the way, there was a very scary and foreshadowy moment where someone tapped me on my shoulder and they said, "You dropped this." I turned around and it was my passport. Oh. Now, if that's not a herald of things to come, I'm actually surprised I got out of Canada. But anyway, I'm glad I'm back. I'm gonna have a few more drinks here, and then I'm gonna leave. You're not gonna get a stream because if I do get any more booze, I'm gonna get it, knock it, listen to some music, or watch some YouTube videos I've seen dozens of times before. Maybe play some Skyrim. That Legacy of the Dragonborn mod has become my fucking goal. Every time I play Skyrim now, I cannot not touch it. Like, I've actively tried to play a game of Legacy of without Legacy of Dragonborn, but without uninstalling it, so I can go out to it once I'm finished with like quests. But I never finish quests. I just start collecting random items. It's just no. Battery's running low. Well, we can wait a few more minutes. About another 7.5. I think we can pull that off. I think we have it in us. Best way to do that, though, is turning off Discord. That'll give us the few more minutes we need, I hope. Yeah, so I want to get back into Red Dead. I want to beat that. Stronghold, I want to beat that. Fallout 3, that's going to start appearing a lot more on Wasted Wednesday, I got to tell you. I'm trying to think of other places.
I wanted to pronounce it France. I so badly want to travel France. I want to buy art. I want to art. And then
Other games. Well, there's a good few more. I mean, I want to get back into some of the campaigns of Age of Empires 2. If I can't play the multiplayer because of the terrible lag, okay, that's fine. I'll just play them quest by quest. That got some good people in. Galen, of all people, popped in for those streams. And Fallout 3 gets the Geek Room. Command and Conquer also would have drawn out Skeptical Jesus, but he was already well established at this point. It's always good to see Skep. It's always good to see all those people. But anyway, I will I thank everyone who popped into the chat and everyone who popped in the chat in the future. Well, you're not going to be popping in the chat, but you're going to be watching this. Actually, I gotta read this. This is the Budweiser glass. This is the famous Budweiser beer. We know of no brand produced by any other brewer which costs so much to brew and age. Our exclusive Beechwood aging produces a taste, smoothness, and drinkability, which is not a word, you'll find in no other beer at any price. I call baby back bullshit on that for 17 trillion reasons. Man, I gotta buy new fan. My old fan must have shorted out. Oh shit. Well, if you gotta buy a new fan. Wait, do you mean fan as in like room fan or fan as in computer fan?
So give me a figure then for towing back to say double. And say this.
5 minutes. Let's see, can we get 5 more minutes out of this bad boy? If I suddenly end, well, you'll know why. Room fan. Oh well, those are cheap. You can buy a bare bones room fan for like $15. You know. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's gonna sound like a 1800s engine, and it's going to work as well, but it'll work. The one I have, it has no back. Like the back slot has fallen out, and it just goes. It doesn't have its front guard either, but it's a fan, and that's all I need it for. Let's see, can I get the story in beforehand? I was about 16 with a friend, and we were just messing around, and I found a like a thing of glitter or powder, like face powder stuff on a counter in my ma's room. So we took it in there, opened it up, and I don't know how it happened, but I had the actual thing next to the fan, and the whole container just blew into my room. It was a winter wonderland of horror. I still remember the taste. It tastes like if you were to lick the underside of a table for 5 days.
Because what we've always said is that it would be cheap for me to put it in work hard and leave it at home and commute all the way.
She wasn't very happy with us when she came home, I'll tell you that much. Good times.
We talk about it. We hate when we live, but we just don't like when we live. We just don't like what I told you. We don't like it.
So yeah, we're coming close to the end of the stream now. 2 more minutes left. If it lasts, hell yeah. If not, doesn't make much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the next time I'll do the one in the pub, but it won't be anytime soon. I've got to hunker down in terms of my cash. Won't affect Wasted Wednesday. I'm going to get wasted on Wednesday. It's just going to be as simple as that. But still, I'm not going to stream anything else tonight. I'm just going to spend the rest of the night doing my things that I like to do when I'm a bit jarred. Plus also just catching up with videos. But if you see me tomorrow, I'll be maybe streaming something. We'll see. Actually, tomorrow might be a good time to play some... Oh,